Hello lovely people, how are you today? Today's vlog is called Do You Make This Mistake When Practicing? And for some of you, it won't chime at all. You will have no difficulty practicing at all. For others, practicing can seem hard work at best and deeply unpleasurable at worst. Practicing has always been a bugbear for me. I've always struggled with practicing. And so it wasn't until about 3 years ago I was coached on it that I realised what was going on for me. I certainly have not got it nailed yet, but it is way better now than it used to be. So what was I doing wrong? Well, here's where I'm going to talk about the difference between non-judgmental and judgmental observation. I used to see every mistake I made in practice as reassurance that I was not any good as a singer. That although there was this big part of me that knew I could sing and I just wanted to get my voice out there was this other bit every time I made a mistake that was going, yeah, you're delusional. You're not that good. You'll never get there. And it used to frustrate me. And every mistake would lead to frustration that would in turn lead to tension, which would in turn lead to me singing really badly anyway. So it was a self-fulfilling prophecy. And then I would avoid practice, or when I did practice, I'd work really, really hard and get nowhere. So not only was I not enjoying my practice, but it was ineffectual as well. So now anyone who's seen my house will know that I am not a perfectionist in every area of my life. But for some reason, I wanted perfection in my singing. For me, it was so important I demonstrated nailing it, even in practice. It almost felt like life or death. It mattered so much. And when I didn't, it hurt so much. So no pressure, hey? What changed? Well, with the coaching, this was step one of the change. With the coaching, I realised that I was searching for perfection instead of playing around. Practice was a very serious business that I needed to take seriously and work hard at. And if I was making a mistake, I just needed to work harder at it. But didn't I sing for pleasure? Shouldn't messing around at the piano be pleasurable? And when I made that connection, I sang and practiced every day for at least a month without thinking about it, because suddenly I was doing it for fun. And that made a huge, huge difference. And it became effective as well, because I was doing it for fun. But what if you want to improve a particular aspect? How does playing around help with that? Well, this is where step 2 comes in, and I start to talk about non-judgmental observation. Step 2 happened when I read The Inner Game of Tennis by Tim Galway, and he talks about non-judgmental observation. So instead of when I'm singing, my singing being good or bad, or when I missed a note, it being good or bad, I could say, oh, that's interesting. I wonder what's going on here. And by asking that question, I would start to encourage myself to observe how it felt. So if I missed that top note, that's interesting. I could then ask, what was that about? And I might feel tension in my throat or tension in my jaw, or realise that there was support missing here, and ask myself why that was. And if there was tension, then maybe it was because of the confrontation I had had with my children half an hour before. Or maybe I was worried about where I was going to sing this. Or maybe there was something particular about the phrase that was making me feel tense and nervous. So instead of looking at it with all that criticism and frustration and self-flagellation, I could just simply go, that's interesting. And that helped me unpick it. So instead of it being about it being good or bad, and therefore me being good or bad, it was simply interesting. And instead of the frustration and pushing harder, I could look at what was going on. And that would enable me to do it differently next time. Not better, differently. And hopefully more in the way I wanted it to be. This is a sort of playing around that's enabled me to really, really progress with my singing. I have not got there by any stretch of the imagination. I have a long way to go. but I've made way more progress since I've done this than I ever did before. And it's allowing me to enjoy the journey of my singing more, and to take that journey and voluntarily take each step without pushing myself, and to have a spring in each of those steps. So the journey is fun. I hope you've enjoyed today's vlog and hope to see you soon. I'm Hattie Volker from Find Your True Voice. Bye bye.